How's it going, everyone? I want to go over some what I would deem to be incredibly disappointing news from Blue Protocol, the free-to-play online action RPG that was gonna come out stateside. Well, GG for that, as it's actually not gonna be coming to fruition. I would say this is incredibly disappointing, as whenever I talked about this game, it really did feel like there was a healthy level of interest in Blue Protocol, and now it just won't be coming out. It'll be ending service, and that was officially announced yesterday. We'll talk about that. We'll go over some more, uplifting news. RGG Summit 2024 has been scheduled for late September. We'll talk that as well. But right off the top, the future of Blue Protocol, a post was made yesterday. Today, Bandai Namco Online announced that they have made the difficult decision to end service on Blue Protocol. They will shut down their Japanese Blue Protocol servers in January 2025, and on top of that, have ended plans to release the game in the West in collaboration with Amazon Games. In their statement announcing the end of service, Bandai Namco Online said, "We have enjoyed a strong relationship with Amazon Games throughout the development of Blue Protocol, and both of our teams are disappointed that we will not be able to deliver the game to players around the world. We know this is disappointing news, and we share your disappointment. We love the world and characters of Blue Protocol, and we were excited to welcome players around the world into Regnus. We joined Bandai Namco Online in expressing deep gratitude to the passionate fans who followed Blue Protocol development and participated in the closed technical test. We have great respect and appreciation for the talented team at Bandai Namco and wish them success in their next endeavors." You can read the official Bandai Namco Online full statement, which goes over, your typical talking points. It's not like they go into some diatribe with drama with Amazon Games. I would love to be a fly on the wall and know exactly how things transpired as far as what happened, what was the reasoning of the cancellation, because they actually didn't give much of a reason as to why this cancellation is actually happening. It's more so something that they're just saying it's not coming to fruition, and I'm sure we'll get more information in the future as far as what went down, but it's been a year and a half of development. They've been working on the Western release, and come January the 18th, it will be shut down. It's only available in Japan right now. Again, the Western release is just straight up never going to happen, and it's just one of those realities that even if a game does look compelling, these are the types of games that in a vacuum are very, very hard to keep sustainable, depending on, player base and then the different outlooks. Like, if Amazon eventually comes in and they've seen how some of their other projects have turned out, and then they look at Blue Protocol and they're reassessing their objectives and reassessing how they believe the game is going to do, it could have been straight up an Amazon decision. And if Amazon decides that they don't want involvement with something like Blue Protocol anymore, well, it's going to be hard at that point to figure out where to go. And yeah, it's just unfortunate. I really love the art style to the game. I thought visually it was just a super endearing game to look at. And again, whenever I talked about these games, like, I talk a lot about live service games and free-to-play titles and so on and so forth, and a lot of them generally, people are just like, whatever. People don't care about certain games, and a lot of it feels like it's like fluff to you guys. But in the case of Blue Protocol, genuinely, I felt like there was a level of excitement and anticipation around it. I'm not saying that it was suddenly going to be a live service game the entire PlayStation audience was going to check out, but I think from a visual standpoint and the style of game that it was, there did seem to be a lot of excitement around it. And as far as cancellations that are a little bit more surprising to me, as somebody that wasn't following the ins and outs of how this game was doing from month to month over in Japan, to me, living in my little bit of an isolated world, it is kind of a surprising turn of events for this one, and one of the more disappointing stories I've read all year. But the negative things happening in gaming, there's been a lot of that. And yes, while we'll get the exciting news of, like, light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to something like Krafton saving Hi-Fi Rush as an IP, generally speaking, it has been a crap show in gaming altogether. And a little live service game came out recently that didn't do all too well. Your boy's gonna be talking a little bit more about that, especially when it gets baked into a PS Plus Extra title or PS Plus Essential title here shortly. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, well, let's not go into that diatribe let's move on to some more positive news. RGG Summit 2024 has been set for September the 20th. The latest information from RGG Summit, who, honestly, if you watch this channel, I think you have been forced to become a fan of them if you were previously. Either that or you just stopped watching the content, because the nut hugging that your boy does for RGG may be a little bit nauseating at this stage of the game. But you know what? The nut hugging is well deserved, because they are one of the best game development studios in the world. Their level of consistency, to me, is just something that should be commended, especially in the current climate of gaming, where you have games in development for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Then, you know, you just never hear about them. They're just in development in perpetuity. A lot of live service nonsense that stalls game development. RGG has really focused in on their core audience, and they've dropped games like Judgment, games like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, games like Lost Judgment, so on and so forth, and they've done so much high-quality work over the last half-decade, where other studios are putting out one game every 5 to 7 years. RGG has retained its quality level and has had multiple titles, and yes, some of those games were smaller scale games, like a Dragon Guardian, The Man Who Erased His Name, but the level of consistency is great. And I get it that, you know, you could look at RGG titles sometimes and be like, alright, it's a lot of rehashed content and not reinventing the wheel. Guess what? You don't need to reinvent the damn wheel. Sometimes when you reinvent the damn wheel, that's when nonsense happens. That's when, you know, the shenanigans start happening. RGG knows their audience, and they deliver what their audience wants. And what their audience wants is great Yakuza content, Like a Dragon content, and I would say, you know, I would love some more Judgment, but the broadcast that is coming up September 20th will feature the latest information from Yakuza Like a Dragon series developer RGG Summit. I would imagine we are going to see the announcement of not their next huge Like a Dragon title, as far as like the follow-up to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the game that'll star Ichiban Kasuga. However, I would expect some more off-the-wall announcements, and I would think the pie in the sky as far as this presentation would be a Judgment 3. If a Judgment 3 has been in development, kinda, you know, underground, that a lot of people haven't been really hearing about, that would be incredibly exciting, and that means they would do what I think a lot of people want them to do in terms of alternating between the release of the Like a Dragon turn-based style JRPGs into the more traditional throwback RGG games, the beat-em-up titles, with Judgment as becoming that franchise where it's still that action gameplay series. Everybody knows that Yakuza Kiwami 3 is coming at some point as well, so we'll see if that comes to fruition, but for now, I would say that it's gonna be some of those smaller scale games, and if we get one bigger game, it's gonna be a Judgment 3. But Yakuza Kiwami 3 would be incredibly exciting as well. You go back and play Yakuza 3, and it is not a great experience these days, let's just put it that way. But yeah, that'll do it for me. Again, Blue Protocol will be ending service on January the 18th in Japan. Western release canceled forever. That won't be coming to fruition, and very disappointing news there. On RGG Summit 2024 set for September 20th. Hopefully some cool announcements to come with that. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.